this is a developmental program.
Yep.
And then I wonder how you equate not having those receivers then, if you're developing those receivers along when a Vandenberg gets hurt, or is it just that? Seems like that position coach could be a little bit more under fire than maybe the coordinator, because there just wasn't anyone to throw to.
You know, it's funny. It's like all positions. Sometimes there's a perfect storm, if you will, or that it's just the way things happen. And I would suggest this: when you lose a really good player, sometimes it's hard. You know, and it affects everybody. And I guess my point there, you know, I can't prove this, and there's no way we'll ever know, but I would suggest, like, if Matt Vandenberg had been healthy, so you got Matt and Riley, and Riley's still a really good player.
Yeah, no,
you got Matt and Riley, and then Germanique or whoever else it is that mixes in with them, plus a healthy George Kittle. You know, just sometimes it's one or two pieces just really impact the whole group, and that's kind of how I've looked at it. And it's the same way with lines. It's the same way with defensive lines. Sometimes you take one player out of an equation, even though you're talking about a group of 4, maybe 5. It can really impact the way things come together. And so that's kind of been my experience in football, and it's really tricky. And again, this year it wasn't just Matt being out, but Matt and George. You know, George couldn't run, and after that Purdue game, and it just, you know, boy, all of a sudden, you know, what looked fairly healthy, now we're up against it, because those are two of the guys we were counting on to be our best players. And had they been healthy, I think they both would have been. It just again, I can't prove that, but I'm pretty sure that would have been the case. And so, you know, when you start evaluating things as a coach, you know, and that's part of my job, you know, those are the things I have to factor in. I got to be mindful of, and maybe I'm a little more patient than some people, but I've just kind of learned through my time and my experience that things do affect. Little things can really affect the whole big picture, and you know, sometimes it's not all about, you know, a guy coaching that position or a guy coaching a group. It's just the way it goes, and you know, I don't care what we did in 04. And Sam Brownlee, again, I always start with the positive. Never missed an assignment, never missed a blitz pickup, never dropped the ball, all those things. But he probably wasn't going to rush for 120 yards a game. It just wasn't in the cards.
Right.
So you know, you factor that in, and you just keep moving on.